A visit from the Midnight Muse. Hello and welcome back to my writing journey. I'm Byerrum, author of The Crime of Fashion Mysteries, and hopefully soon to be published Crook Tales for Two. Romp set right after Prohibition in 1934 in New York City. It's a comedy, romance, and mystery. Tonight I am thinking about the Midnight Muse. You know, the one that comes to you and says, "Hey, Sleeping Beauty, wake up. I've got things to tell you, stories to write, ideas that will haunt you and torment you." Oh yeah. And do you recall those lines that you thought of in the middle of the night? Those lines that were perfect, the ones that bring everything together, that pull the story characters together, the ones that nail it. You're sure you're going to remember those lines in the morning because they're simply that good, that dramatic. Yes, you've had lines before, and they evaporated like dew when the morning sun hit, but this idea you are going to remember. Alas, in the morning, when you are trying to remember it, those lines are floating away above your head, and you can't seem to grab hold of them. This is part of the game, you and your muse. Why did they run away? The muse is a cruel creature. It wakes you up with a great idea and dances away and laughs. I'm pretty sure it laughs a lot. As writers, many of us know that sleep interrupted is a way of life. My muse is a night owl and a midnight visitor who really can't wait to wake me up with a great idea, with great excitement. And there are times that all you really want to do is say, "Go away." A couple of nights ago, I had that experience. I was determined to get a good night's sleep, which I rarely get. I wanted 8 hours of sleep, and I was just nodding off into my dream of 8 hours of sleep when a small inside voice said, "Yoo-hoo, I have an idea." Of course, I tried to bat it away. I didn't care if the words were great. I didn't care if they were sublime. I wanted to sleep. But there's really only one thing to do when this happens. Although some people prefer to record them on their phone, I jot them down on paper. In the clear light of day, those words may not be as brilliant as you thought they were, but you will not have to live with the regret of missing them, of missing out on them. You will be able to evaluate them. Maybe those words will give you a start on something new, an idea that may blossom into a book or a story. Instead of tossing and turning, jot them down. I hate turning on the light and waking up completely, so I use a light-up pen that you can buy from an office supply store like Staples or Office Depot, and I keep a notebook by the bed. But you may have another problem. When you think you can pen just a few words and get back to sleep, sometimes those words just keep on coming and you do not want to shut off the spigot, so you write them down, and before you know it, you are wide awake and you have several pages of notes, of a story, of some dialogue. In the morning, you wake up feeling hammered, but it's not a hangover from drinking. It's a hangover from writing. This is the glamorous life of the writer. I think that the Muse and coffee companies have a sweetheart deal. Who knows why the midnight hours flourish with ideas? Perhaps because our days are too full, too busy to catch the words that are coming. The sun is too hot, the world is too noisy, and we are too busy. Nighttime words prime the daytime writing pump. Recently, I've been thinking about a new story, and they gave me a starting point for perhaps a chapter, perhaps the opening. But these are the words that I came up with that I'll share. And keep in mind, I am a mystery writer. I'd seen dead things before, like the desiccated carcass of a coyote slung over a fence to warn off other predators, but none as dead as Duncan Balmain, lifeless on the floor of his elegant Upper East Side apartment. Getting back to sleep, that's the problem. I recommend writing down your fabulous ideas and sending your muse back to bed. And I'll be seeing you next week. Bye.